A lot of elites on both sides of the football as young Kiv will kick off to Dee Jones here as we kick off Group D action here in the round of 16. And Dee Jones, he's going to swag a little bit. There he goes before he runs out of the back of the end zone for the touchback.
I love that.
I was wondering if we were going to get any of it right there when he kind of fumbled the football and fell on top of it, but you know, he always makes time for it.
For those that don't know, when Dee Jones made his run in the Final Four of the Madden Challenge last year, he was the only player that as he would run out of bounds, he would kind of taunt his opponents with those little celebration animations with the halfback, which is actually really risky because if you get hit while in that animation, you're going to fumble, but he likes to swag.
You guys want to swag at home. RG, how do they do it?
I'm not the one to give anyone any type of swag lessons, trust me. You don't want to go there.
All right, Dee Jones in that tight set. He decides to audible.
Young Kiv sent pressure right here his last play. Let's see if that comes again.
Orient motion and a run up the middle there by Dee Jones before he's brought down for a gain of 3. So 3rd and 7 now.
Goes hurry up. He must have saw something he likes. You see, this is the player young Kiv's user controlling right there. Bobby Wagner. Dee Jones is going to have to watch out for that player right there because young Kiv could cause havoc with his user ability there. You see, Wagner takes away the RB route, but Dee Jones with a crispy dot, but he went backwards, and I don't think he got the first down. That's a rough situation. Did he get it? Did they give him forward progress?
Carried him.
4th and 1.
The momentum carried him back. He had enough for the first down, and the momentum carried him back just shy of the first down. So now he's looking at 4th and 1. It looks like Dee Jones is not going to punt right now.
No, he's going to go for this. And that was a good read. He had young Kiv had to account for the halfback, and then he attacked that sideline, had the first down, but just couldn't get a good forward progress from his receiver. This is big A.
This is an all-new Dee Jones as well. If you remember him last year, he ran the ball most of the time, and now he's in a 5-wide set. Phillip Rivers under pressure, completes the ball to Allen, who picks up the first down. Great read there by Dee Jones.
And we saw this from Dee Jones last year. He's very good at attacking with those quick hit plays when people blitz him. He recognized the blitz off the left side on that play and immediately threw to the side of the blitz, which is a really good way to attack a blitz. And when people were running the Mike Scrape at Dee Jones last year, he exposed it with that same strategy.
Another 4-wide receiver set. Phillip Rivers, the quarterback. Man in motion, Dee Jones. Going wide, throwing it to Robinson, dot. I do believe you call that a dot, RG.
Yeah, that was definitely a dot. I believe young Kiv was in a cover 2 type of defense, and Dee Jones threads the needle in that sweet spot right between the cloud flat and the safety. That's a perfect read when you're attacking cover 2.
So Dee Jones with a first down and in to scoring territory at the 29-yard line. Scoreless ball game so far. Still early here in this first game of Group D action.
You got to watch Cruz right here, AJ.
Another 4-wide receiver set. Phillip Rivers looking to the sideline, and he does find Victor Cruz just as you predicted.
Yep, you got to look out for Cruz in that situation. What Derek likes to do is he likes to flood one side of the field with 4 wide receivers, and then he isolates 1 wide receiver on that left side, which a lot of the time will get you that one-on-one coverage, and Dee Jones is going to look to take advantage of that. We got action going on in the Boobs game somewhere. We'll probably get an update on that in a little bit.
Hand off to Allen. Allen up the middle, enough for a first down. Down at the 7-yard line. Dee Jones going to keep it moving.
This is a very impressive first drive so far for Dee Jones.
Dee Jones played more games, won more games in draft champions than anyone.
This kid deserves to be here, AJ. Like you said, he plays more than anybody. He's always at the top of the leaderboards. And yet, nobody puts in as much work as this kid.
Talking to Skimbo. Skimbo put in a lot of time. Very little rest, trying to move his way up the leaderboard, and he still said he couldn't catch Dee Jones. He's like, Dee Jones doesn't sleep.
Yeah. If Skimbo can't catch you, I don't think anybody else will, right?
Dee Jones at the 7-yard line. Phillip Rivers back to pass. There's pressure. He throws it away. Gets it out just in time. That could have been dangerous.
Yeah, if you get hit, especially this year in Madden, if you get hit with your quarterback as he's throwing, he'll fumble that ball a lot of times. So you need to be very aware of the pressure and when you're going to throw the ball. You do not want to throw the ball as you're going to get hit, because that can often result in a turnover. And when you got the ball on your opponent's 7-yard line, a turnover is the last thing that you need.
All right, formation. Coleman and Allen in the backfield. Allen gets the ball up the middle for the touchdown. Dee Jones with the emotion as he punches this one in against young Kiv.
And he plays with a chip on his shoulder and a lot of emotion. He's a great kid, but as soon as that match starts, he looks at you as an enemy. He says, after the game, we could be friends, we could shake hands, but during that game, I'm coming for your neck. I have no respect for you, and I want it all. It's kind of, if you're an MMA fan, it's like that Nate Diaz mentality that they have.
RG, I tried to get to 100 games. It took a lot of work last year. Dee Jones has already played 658 games in the online leaderboard of draft champions.
Oh, Kiv takes that out.
And Kiv takes it out, ending his drive at the 10-yard line, though.
That's not a good way to start the drive. Let's see if Dee Jones can get an early stop right here. I'm really anxious to see Kiv's offense. Last year, he had a really strong offense.
All right, RG, you talked about that other game. Let's go ahead and throw it over to Tyler for a Madden game break.
Thanks, guys. First quarter, Vogue's up 7-0 on Cino with a Derrick Henry 5-yard touchdown run. Muscles his way, and look at that ever right there. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Tyler. Interesting thing going on over there. Obviously, everything on the table right now for the taking in this Group D as we're just underway. As he said, we've got Cino and Boogs playing right now as well. We're featuring Dee Jones and young Kiv right now. Young Kiv with the football at the 16-yard line.
Oh, he had a wide.
Thomas Rawls with the reception, breaks a tackle down at the 21 for a first down.
Yeah, you're not usually mad at the 6-yard gain, AJ, but he had the wide receiver on the far left right here, Mike Evans, wide open going down the sideline. He just missed it, though.
Mike Evans might be in motion in this play. He is. Phillip Rivers.
Everything's locked right there. What a play by the pass rush to jump up and knock the pass down. He had someone coming across the middle. Yeah, that could have been a completion. They had that D lineman not made a play.
Yeah, I think Mike Evans had a step there on the cornerback over in the middle, and he can't complete it. Phillip Rivers usually tall enough to make that throw, but this time the defensive tackle breaks it up. Thomas Rawls and Watson in the backfield with Phillip Rivers in this draft champions game. We are in the round of 16. This is the group stage, Group D to be exact.
Oh, good defense.
Rivers completes it to Watson. Watson brought down, shy of the first down. So it's going to bring up 3rd and 7 yards.
And one thing, Dee Jones is in a Tampa 2 type of defense right here, and sometimes I find it hard to attack that Tampa 2 from these congested sets like this bunch set, this split close set that Kiv is in right now, because you can't get your receivers going down that sideline in between the safety and the corners.
Phillip Rivers decides to scramble, and that was a close one.
He missed
as Dee Jones' defense collapses on him and he slides, but he's just shy of the first down, RG.
Yeah, Dee Jones did the same thing that True Boy did earlier in his game and accidentally dove onto the ground with his user defender. Kiv had a player wide open deep down the field, but already crossed the line of scrimmage. And now it's 4th and 2. He's in a situation early in this game.
And in motion is Beasley. Phillip Rivers looking for somebody on that drag route. Nobody's open, trying for the corner, and he cannot complete it. Thrown just out of reach.
He had the running back wide open underneath, and it also looked like he could have scrambled. That was a couple bad reads by Kiv on that play. Very uncharacteristic of him, but that's going to be extremely costly. You can't make mistakes like that, AJ.
Seemed like he had locked in on Tim Brown, his best wide receiver, his legend pick, and he did not want to check down at all, and so he throws it all the way over to him. It looks like he might have him if he could have thrown a better pass. That deep pass is tough.
They call it that tunnel vision.
Yep. All right, RG, so Dee Jones now has the football. 2nd and 7 on the 26.
And if you're Dee Jones, in my opinion here, AJ, you just want to slow the game down and don't do anything too risky. The most important thing is that you get a field goal right here and make this a 2-possession ball game. But you do want to, you still want to try to go for this touchdown. You can't get too conservative, but it has to be a my guy or no guy type of throw. Getting points here is super important if Dee Jones wants to win this game.
So Allen with that carry, brought down at the 21. 15 seconds here on the first quarter clock. Philip Rivers going to wait a little bit.
He's going to take it to the second quarter.
Not a bad decision. Dee Jones with control right now and a 7-0 lead. Probably feels pretty confident he can pick up this first down and chew up some more of the clock before he gives it back to young Kiv in the second quarter.
Yeah, like we just talked about, you just want to slow the game down. You just got yourself some momentum. Just don't make a mistake. 3rd and 1. You gotta, if you're young Kiv, you gotta look out for the run right here.
Single back set, 3 wide receivers. Allen Robinson out to the right.
People in the box. That's not a good sign if you're young Kiv. Oh,
but he does come down. And Jadeveon Clowney blows up the run in the backfield. And it looks like Dee Jones is going to take the 3.
Which is very smart. And young Kiv did a great job of disguising his defense right there. Made Dee Jones look like he had the middle of the field, but it was really an all-out blitz with a run commit behind it, which is a decent way to take away the run.
One thing we're seeing, RG, is a lot of times that meter hangs there on the bottom on the accuracy part. So you set your power there in the green, and then you try to set your accuracy by hitting the black line. Seeing a lot of people hold it right there. What is the strategy in doing that?
The reason for holding it when it gets down to the black line, AJ, is you're trying to throw off the timing of your opponent in case he's trying to block your kick. In order to block the kick, you need to time the snap with the right trigger, as we've seen Estello do in this tournament already. But holding down that A button messes up that timing. So that's the strategy behind that.
Sometimes you can also, and it seemed like what Dee Jones was doing right there was allowing as much of the play clock to run down before he let go of it. So
Absolutely.
Once you release that A button, you're able to kick the ball through the uprights.
Check you out, huh?
No, I'm just learning as I go. I learned everything from S. Gibbs.
Not a bad teacher, though. Not a bad teacher at all.
3 wide receivers set. Thomas Rawls in the backfield with Philip Rivers. Philip Rivers, the only quarterback in this game. Both players selecting him as their QB. Young Kiv on the drive now.
Good read.
Completion to Watson down at the 26. A little gain of 2 there, RG. Now it's going to be 3rd and 7, and about the same scenario young Kiv was in on his last drive.
Dee Jones is in this Tampa 2 style defense pretty relentlessly right now. You got to think, does young Kiv have a dot that could get him a decent gain against it? Play action.
Rivers throwing deep, looking for the man, trying to find Brown. Tim Brown can't do it.
And young Kiv goes deep down the field, clicks on his defender, tries to swerve in there, but doesn't get it, and puts himself in a situation trying to do that, AJ. And now he's in a 4th and 7 on his own 26. Dee Jones can get all the momentum right here.
Dee Jones just smirks like, you're not going to do that to me.
Yeah, that's one guy I think might be ready for it.
Philip Rivers back, plenty of time. Now the pressure comes, but he might do it. He fumbles it, and Dee Jones recovers.
Oh, what a hit on Philip Rivers. That's how you make the scramble and quarterback pay. And now Dee Jones is in a commanding lead. And now this is a different type of situation, AJ. He's already up 2 possessions. If you're Dee Jones, this is where you need to get aggressive and really try to get a touchdown to make it 3 possessions. A turnover here wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. The risk might be worth the reward.
Handoff to Allen by Dee Jones, and with that, RG, we got to check in on this other game. Let's throw it to Tyler for a Madden game break.
Thanks, guys. Second quarter action. After a Sino field goal, Andy Dalton finds T.Y. Hilton 65 yards for the score. Boogs goes up 14-3. Guys, back to you.
I'm impressed with Boogs so far. 14-3 against Sino. Sino's one of those old-time legends in the Madden scene.
Hey, they were all up there talking about every player in this group.
He's got a man.
Boogs. Oh my
God! With the wide open
look
reception.
At the emotion. Look at the emotion. There you go, Dee Jones, and that's one kid that you know is going to leave it all out there on the virtual gridiron, and he's reaping the benefits of it right now.
Dee Jones showing why he has performed so well in the online leaderboards.
He's got that look in his eye, AJ. You know in Rocky 3 when Apollo was telling Rocky, you need that look in your eye, Rock. That look is what Dee Jones has in his eyes right now.
Tim Brown on the return. He's got speed, but he's stopped at the 20-yard line. So young Kiv, again, that great, what we like to call the Gibbs kick. New England Patriots have been doing it well.
Yes.
You kick it just shy of the end zone, and that's forced young Kiv to sort of return it. You don't want to risk just letting it bounce because it might just land in the end zone and stop.
Yep, you gotta be ready. I like how the Patriots started doing that. You see almost every team doing that now.
It's
on
not
Sunday.
easy.
Yeah, no, it's a skill for a kicker for sure.
Rawls in motion. He's motioned out. Phillip Rivers back to pass. Young Kiv looking to put points on the board. Completes it to Thomas Rawls. Rawls brought down at the 35-yard line here in the second quarter.
Yep, Kiv just needs to regain his composure and just get points on this drive. Get back to making this a two-possession ball game. You're young Kiv. You're definitely good enough to come back in this situation. You just got to be patient and not become one-dimensional.
Phillip Rivers in the shotgun again. He's got plenty of time, and a man, it's Evans.
What a swat!
5 guys around him, and a great swat there by Dee Jones again. He's probably thinking, you're not doing that against me.
That was a good swat by Dee Jones. That looked like it was going to be a rat catch touchdown, but Dee Jones clicks onto the defender and stands up for himself.
Dee Jones has made a name for himself for that lockdown defense, RG.
This is defense. Dee Jones looking hell right now, AJ.
17-0 lead over young Kiv right now. Young Kiv, plenty of time to get back into this game, though. In that bunch set, using that Colts playbook, there comes pressure from the defense from Dee Jones, and he's brought down. He can't believe it.
Look at that look on that man's face, AJ. I think he means business.
So this time, young Kiv is going to punt it away, looking at a 4th and 16. Not exactly manageable territory to go for it on 4th down. So Demps is going to return here for Dee Jones. He's got speed. One man to beat. Duke's back inside. Can he beat him again? No, he's brought down finally at the 46 though, but a scary return there by Dee Jones.
He was almost off to the races right there. That was a nasty punt return, and you got to bring all 3 phases of the game if you want to be successful at the Madden Classic, as we saw all day yesterday. Special teams just as important as anything.
All right, so here's the handoff to Allen. Allen up the middle, and he's brought down at the 46, crossing the 50.
And we have a little feed into Dee Jones's mic, and you hear him tell it, young Kiv, you are in trouble, bro.
Throws it up to Aiken. Aiken, another big grab down at the 23. Dee Jones feeling very confident right now.
This kid is playing confident right now, AJ. You said it just right. And he's looking to go up 24-0 in the first half if he can get a touchdown right here. This kid looks so impressive.
Right now, young Kiv needs a big stop. Handoff to Allen again. Allen brought down at the 18-yard line. You sense there's a chip on the shoulder of some of these online ladder guys. Some of these underground players start to question if they have the chops, have they played the games, the tougher games against the tougher opponents. They question if they're seasoned enough. I think Dee Jones has started to prove, at least in this first game, that I think he is.
Oh, absolutely, he's seasoned enough. I think he's going to take a timeout and take 3 right here. And he's someone that actually evolved his game as well, AJ. He was just an online guy last year. But already at the start of this year, we saw him at ATL Gamer Society tournaments. We saw him at the Las Vegas major tournament. And when I actually attended that tournament, and Dee Jones and his mom, Susan, who was there rooting him on, predicted at that tournament, well before this event, that he would be here and that he would make some noise. And it looks like that prediction's coming true.
Yeah, Dee Jones now with a 20-0 lead over young Kiv here in the first half of this Group D game. Big shout out, of course, to Dee Jones' mom. She's been supporting him the whole time in his run to try to become a Madden champion. And Dee Jones looks good so far, RG.
Yeah, I mean, he looks like one of the toughest players we've seen thus far. He's had young Kiv in some really tough situations where you just don't see him having much room to throw. It seems like every time he throws the ball, it's around 1 to 2 defenders. So Dee Jones looking phenomenal right now.
He's locking down on defense, which is something he's sort of become popular for. He did that last year with 2-man under. And then, of course, on offense, he's been just slinging it all over the field, which is very different from what we saw last year. He came out in those strong sets, throwing the strong toss. He's not doing that at all this time. He's in 5 wide receiver sets now.
Feels like
it kind of shows some versatility.
Feels like he's doing whatever he wants out there right now is what it feels like.
All right, we got to hear from young Kiv. Let's throw it over to our third broadcast partner, Drea.
Hey, I'm with Dee Jones. Dee Jones, young Kiv is having a hard time countering your playbook. How have you been able to do so well so far?
Well, I just went into the lab and I came up with a bunch of stuff that no one's running. So a lot of these guys, they just run like the same plays that everyone else runs, and they're surprised when they get locked up. So I just came up with some new stuff. He wasn't ready for it.
You look really confident, showing a lot of emotion. Just talk to me about your swag right now. You're showing a lot right now.
Well, I'm a competitor. When people probably don't know this about me, but when I'm competing, I'm intense. Like I might seem chill off the field, but once I get on there, it's a different story.
When the lights go on, you're ready to go.
That's right.
All right, guys, let's send it back to you.
Thanks, Dre. Appreciate that. Throwing shade at pretty much the entire field. That was a heavyweight battle that we've been talking about. Dee Jones, young Kiv, and guess what? It was almost a knockout in the first half. Guys, Dee Jones all over him in this one.
First quarter, I mean, things start out big right there. He throws to the sideline. It gets him down into the red zone. He pounds it in with Allen for the touchdown. Goes up 7-0 early. We move on to the second quarter. Phil Rivers lays out for the bread, but fumbles the ball. He's already down 10-0. Some critical fourth down chances for Kiv. Sometimes Madden's easy. Sometimes Madden's hard. He is experiencing the hard end of Madden right now. 17-0. Tacked it on to make it 20-0 for Jones.
I guess we're going to have to call him Dee Jones.
I'm going to start calling him Defense Jones.
Got to put the D back in, right?
We just removed Young from Kiv, and he's just Kiv now? I don't know. What is happening to Young Kiv right now?
What happened to your guys' picks right now? Because I don't know.
Well, it seemed like he just wasn't on his game at the beginning. Even on that kickoff, he took it out of the end zone. I don't know why he did that. Every play that he's made so far is very uncharacteristic, right?
Yeah, I mean, we've seen this in the past before where he gets behind, but he's always been able to come back. And I think it's because his offense, he's got confidence in what he can do. He's going to make a run back. He's going to make a run back.
All I hear is baby, baby, baby.
All right. Well, Rico, you're going to have a chance to talk about one of your favorites. He's in some hot water right now. Let's go over to the other match. Sino and Boogs. Let's take a look at this one.
Boogs in the Steelers uniforms. He started out so nice with his offense. Boogs has some of the best dots in the community right there. You see him go downfield. He hammers it in with Derrick Henry on 4th and 1. Sino. That is just tough. That's Derrick Henry. We've been talking about him all tournament. Boogs, not even proud of that one. He's just going to take it. Later in the game, it's 4th and 2. Boogs with a spot me dot all the way downfield for the touchdown. That's T.Y. Turn it up for Hilton for the score. It's 14-3. Makes it 14-6, did Sino. Hear no Madden, see no Madden. Trailing big to my man Boogs.
My picks are getting questioned left and right. My dad even tweeted me about having the wrong cheesesteak pick. I can't win anywhere. But Sino actually isn't in a bad spot. He's only down 8. He's getting the ball. As long as he can start off, his offense has been moving pretty well. It's just he couldn't rewind. He couldn't complete it in the red zone.
Couldn't convert in the red zone. I mean,
Absolutely.
That's been the story all day. I mean, Gibbs, did you see anything from Sino that impressed you? Or
A couple tough breaks. Boogs is the one that's literally got trucks in Atlanta right now because that truck from Derrick Henry was diabolical.
That was the best run of the day. That was unbelievable.
I mean, here's the thing,
And it was 100% Derrick Henry.
You got to give that to Sino there. That was great user. He shot in through that gap and took him down, but that's Derrick Henry winning that matchup.
And just like we saw in other games, what happens in the first half can happen in the second half. The breaks didn't go in Sino's way, but hopefully we'll get momentum on his side.
Very good point. All right, guys, now I want to turn our attention to one of the most confident players in all of competitive Madden. Yep, this man, Dee Jones.
My name is Derek Jones. I'm 29 years old. I'm from San Diego, California, and I'm here to win the Madden Classic. Draft Champions, I'm really comfortable in it. And one of the reasons is because I play a lot of Draft Champions. No one plays more Draft Champions than I do. And the reason I play so much Draft Champions is because I know this tournament is going to be in Draft Champions. And you say, maybe I'm just a Draft Champion specialist and all that, but it's Madden to me. You put me in any mode and tell me what mode it's going to be in, and I'm going to focus on that, and I'm going to put in the work.
Bridgewater with the elite.
Confidence is huge in anything you do. One of the things that makes me so tough, I play a lot different than a lot of these other players. I don't just like to copy what other people are doing and then just run it brainlessly. Depending on the game situation, I can play pretty much any style of football. Once I get up on you, I'm gonna slow it down and you will not come back on me. Or if I get behind, I can speed it up and dot you up down the field. Being versatile, that's a really strong part of my game. If I play my game, none of these guys are gonna beat me. I've played most of these guys online, and the only time that they would ever win is when I do something stupid. It might sound cocky, it might sound arrogant, but I'm really not worried about what anyone else is doing. I know that what I have is something to be reckoned with. People, I don't think, see me as for who I really am. When I get in the mode of competition, you might not like what I say to you. It's just who I am as a person. I've been that way all my life.
Walking the walk and talking the talk. Dee Jones looks every bit the part of a champion right now, looking to stop the movement that young Keith has always talked about. Well, let's send it back to the second half. AJ, RG, take it away.
Thank you, Tyler. RG, Dee Jones definitely impressive, definitely confident. You know, some people call him cocky. I think he just knows he's put in a lot of work. He's played a lot of games. We've talked about it. You know, over 500 wins online. That's a lot. I mean, that gives you a reason to feel good about your game of Madden.
Yeah, and he's someone that's obviously committed himself to a goal. He wants to win this. He wants to be a champion. And you know what? Sometimes you don't get everything you want, but when you put in the hard work, you usually get what you want. And this guy, Dee Jones, has been putting in that work thus far.
Dee Jones on defense to start the second half. Young Kiv looking to score as he needs to put some points on the board. Finally brought down at the 35-yard line, so he gains enough for the first down. On the completion to his tight end, Young Kiv there on the right. Locked in, Dee Jones leaning back.
Yeah,
both guys with their patented posture.
Wide open.
Nice dot there to Beasley. Beasley with the reception down at the 42-yard line, and Young Kiv is going to hurry it up.
Yeah, this is a big drive, AJ. He's down 20, but if he wants to get back into this game, coming out of halftime and putting together a prolific drive and getting points is pretty much a must for young Kiv right now.
Smart move that time as he does not decide to dive with Rivers, and he slides instead.
Yeah, his
picks up 6 yards.
His offense already, it's only been 3 plays, but he already looks much better in the second half until Dee Jones decides to just sniff you out and read you like a book and blow up the run with the run commit. When you run commit, AJ, you're pretty much shelling out, potentially giving up a big play. You got to really have a strong feeling on what your opponent's doing. And Dee Jones all over him, and Young Kiv makes a mistake. The action won't stop.
Dee Jones just reading Young Kiv on both those last downs.
As soon as I try to start paying him some homage, it just went all bad for Young Kiv, man. I gotta, come on, Kiv, you gotta stand up for yourself here, buddy.
Young Kiv, 4th and 8 now. He knows he's got to score some touchdowns to get back in this one. Phillip Rivers in the gun. Plenty of time. He's got a couple men open. Doesn't like either one. Finds Rawls, though. Down out about the 10-yard line.
Good throw.
And Dee Jones reacts to that big completion.
That was a big play from Kiv right there, AJ. Those are the type of plays you're going to need to make if you want to get back into this ball game.
Strong set here for Young Kiv. He's got Thomas Rawls in the backfield. Hands the ball off, goes the opposite way. Rawls shrugs off. 1 tackle or gain of 4 there. So down at the 6.
That was a good truck right there by Young Kiv. It looked like Dee Jones was going to try to lay a big hit. Young Kiv had other plans in mind when Thomas Rawls actually laid the big hit on Dee Jones' defender with the truck.
Hand off to Rawls. Rawls almost breaks that last tackle, brought down at the 2-yard line. What are you going to do in this situation, RG?
This is awkward. It's been getting stingy down here. 2 yards isn't like the best place to sneak it, and people have fullback dive and tossy. This is going to, young Kiv's going to have to pound this rock right in and have some good stick work to get into the end zone. Oh, he sneaks it. Dee Jones not even respecting the sneak, and if you're not going to respect it, why not just fall forward for 2?
Philip Rivers does just that, and the short extra point goes through to make this a 20-7 ball game. Dee Jones now will get the football back.
This is a statement drive right here for both of these players, AJ. Dee Jones can make the statement that, you know what, Kiv, nice drive, but I'm still in complete control of this game if he's able to put together a prolific drive and get points. Our young Kiv can make the statement and say, you know what, I'm right back into this game, Dee Jones, if he could force a punt, get the ball back, score, and make it 1 possession.
We see Dee Jones celebrate on his way at the start of his kick return there. Is there an issue with that for you, RG? Do you think that's the wisest move? We know it's the patented Dee Jones move, and he does well despite, but is he giving up some potential kick return for touchdowns?
I think he said it in his interview. You know what I mean? You might not like what I'm doing when I'm playing, and I think he does it because he knows his opponent doesn't like it, so I'm completely okay with it. Like I said, if there's any UFC fans out there, Dee Jones to me is the Nick Diaz of Madden.
Definitely a scrappy player, and he is in a 4-wide receiver set. Philip Rivers looking for his man, Foria, and Foria brought down at the 27, so it's going to be 3rd and 9 now. Dee Jones rushing back to the line of scrimmage. Calling a couple hot routes and audibles. He puts Allen in motion. Now it's a 5-wide set. Philip Rivers, he's got time, looking for somebody. He playmakers his running back. He's got a man, but he doesn't throw deep. I saw that one, but he doesn't risk it, and he just runs out of bounds with Philip Rivers. Right, he takes a hit, and he's gonna go for it.
And he's going for this. He might be on tilt right now after not getting that first down. He needs to be careful right here. Kiv could get a ton of momentum, eh?
Definitely not out of reach with plenty of time for young Kiv.
Look at Kiv shuffling around that defense. That's a shake-style defense. Dee Jones with a crispy play. Oh, that one happened again, and he went backwards.
And again.
But he gets the forward progress. First down. First down, and Kiv is not happy about that, the forward progress, and Dee Jones laughs at Kiv. Oh my gosh, the savagery of that whole scene right there.
We are definitely seeing a rivalry in the making between these two players. Dee Jones laughs it off as he picks up the first down on 4th and 8 on his own side of the field. You don't necessarily see that in the NFL. But as you said, RG, with these 5-minute quarters, you're working with less downs, less plays, less reps, basically, to work with, especially when you're down 20-7. You kind of need to make use of all your downs if you're young Kiv. But Dee Jones, did he need to do that?
I don't think so, but I mean, it's always the right call when it works, right?
Always the right call. You don't get fired when you go for it on 4th down and you pick it up.
And you pick it up, right? So
Allen with the carry there. He's just shy of another first down, so it's going to be 3rd and 1. Dee Jones
to the 4th.
Dee Jones talks about in that interview that we saw at halftime about, he said he thinks he can beat anybody in this competition as long as he doesn't play dumb or make dumb mistakes. So far, so good, I think. Potential mistakes, but it seems like it's all worked out for him so far.
Yeah, this kid has the experience now. He has the reps that he needs. He has the confidence that he needs. He has solid lab partners. This kid is the real deal when you're talking about competitive Madden.
So back in the shotgun here. Young Kiv shifting things around, trying to mix up that look.
Look at this defense.
Philip Rivers has time, and he finds Victor Cruz.
Wow.
And you see Dee Jones say, we're throwing dots out here. He knows it.
he attacks that left side of the field when he isolates Victor Cruz over there, and young Kiv hasn't been able to adjust to it yet. Dee Jones feels super comfortable with that read, and it's been getting him out of a lot of sticky situations, AJ.
So back in the 4 wide receiver set. Robinson in motion this time. Boria in motion now. Trying to overload that side of the field, and he hands off to Allen, who tries to run it up the middle for a short gain, so it's going to be 2nd and 9 on the 39. Dee Jones content to just chew up this clock here in the 4th quarter.
Yes, I was just going to point that out, AJ. He's just not in any type of rush right now, and he's just going to slowly take this clock as much as he can and try to pick up first downs and close this game away.
Young Kiv knows he is in striking distance, but he has to get the ball back, and he hasn't been able to do so thus far. Throwing deep, and Robinson comes up with the grab.
You're fucking off.
Huge grab there.
Oh, man.
Huge grab, and those guys are talking some serious smack.
They are going back to each other, but you see the frustration on young Kiv, and he needs to be careful. When you go on tilt like that in Madden, AJ, it's never a good sign for you. He still has more games he needs to play. He's still in this tournament. He needs to be careful how frustrated he gets, and he needs to make sure that he keeps his composure for the rest of the tournament.
Yeah, young Kiv definitely frustrated as he gives up that touchdown. It's a tough one, as there was a safety back there.
But see, a lot of people, though, in that situation, they feel like just because they were at the ball landing spot first, that they felt like they were going to get the interception. Robinson was running full stride to that ball and had a good chance to get to it. I thought it was a good play by Dee Jones.
Philip Rivers looking deep. There's double coverage, and Dee Jones knows it as he picks it off, and that might end this ball game. With that, RG, I think we're going to have to take a look at this other game between Boogs and Sino. Let's throw it over to Tyler for a quick Madden game break.
Thanks, guys. 3rd quarter action. Boogs picks off Andy Dalton. Pass intended for Julio Jones, which led to a 5-yard touchdown pass to Kamir Aiken. On the next series, Sino uses a QB sneak with Andy Dalton to make it 21-12. 4th quarter, Bobby Wagner picks off Andy Dalton again, which set up a 21-yard touchdown run by Derrick Henry, making it 29-12. Boogs over Sino. Guys, back to you.
29-12 Boogs. Very impressive so far. His lab partner, of course, Skimbo, RG. So Skimbo's got to be proud of his man Boogs right now.
I'm just so impressed. Young Kiv tried to do his swerve tactic on Dee Jones, and that might work against lesser competition, but when you're dealing with the elite of the elite, AJ, you're playing with fire when you attempt something like that, and Dee Jones made him pay for it, getting himself a nice interception.
I think Dee Jones knew it was coming, and you heard him yell out, "Nope."
Yeah, don't try.
Right as he threw it up.
That. I got over, what's he got, over 600 games played or whatever it is. He's ready.
Young Kiv's got to just settle down now as Dee Jones throws one deep and broken up there.
Young
Kiv is not happy right now.
It's visually frustrating, and it's not going to help you, Kiv, when you're telling somebody they suck and they're up on you 27-7. I don't think Dee Jones sucks at this game, to be honest.
What's your patented taking a loss in Madden phrase that you say, RG? You're losing a game online.
What, Madden rage?
Yeah, your Madden rage. What's your phrase? If it's safe for the little ears.
Wait, you got me lost for a second, AJ.
When I'm losing a game like Young Kiv is right now, my phrase is, "You've got to be kidding me." And then my wife comes into the room and starts mocking me with it.
You got to be kidding me.
That's exactly what it is. You've got to be kidding me. Young Kiv probably thinking that right now as he's trying to cut back into this 27-7 lead that Dee Jones has on him.
And I think Dee Jones is really trying to put the dagger in Kiv, and he was a little too aggressive on that last drive, AJ. Airing it out up 20 points. I think he needed to just start running the ball, killing the clock to try to get out of here.
He's going to fake the handoff this time. Philip Rivers, no time, as he is brought down by Richardson in the backfield. That's another sack by Dee Jones. it's got to be a little tough to lose to Dee Jones because he is, he's a confident guy. And he will let you know when he's winning.
Yeah.
So it's got to be a little extra tough.
I mean, they're
a little extra salt on the wound.
But they're competing in a one-on-one. You're competing in a one-on-one environment. There's money on the line. This is the main reason why a lot of these guys play is because of their competitive juices, and they want to compete. And when Dee Jones is competing, he's in it for himself. He's going for the W's. He's not here to make you feel good or any of that stuff. He knows it's a business trip, and he has the right mentality, in my opinion. As long as when the game's over, everybody can shake hands and show respect, I'm completely okay with that attitude.
That completion by Young Kiv to Thomas Rawls. As you see Dee Jones, you can tell he's a guy who doesn't like to ever give up a first down. But he gives up one there to Young Kiv, who's down to one timeout here. Trying to cut into this lead, if for no other reason than point differential, and he does so there with a big throw to Mike Evans over the middle. Dee Jones sarcastically saying good read, but you can't question it's a touchdown.
And I think it was a good read. He had a step behind that defender that was covering him. The safety was too much over the top. There was a space in between them. And when you put the pass on the money like that, the receiver's going to go up and get it. Perfectly okay with that read by Young Kiv.
The onside kick not recovered by Young Kiv there, so Dee Jones takes over at the 43. I can't imagine he's done trying to score here. He will try to run up the score on anybody he's playing, and you kind of have to in these group stages as point differential definitely matters.
And one thing I want to bring up, AJ, is Dee Jones playing with the chip on his shoulder and a lot of emotion, but that's something he needs to be careful of going forward into this tournament, because when you play with a lot of emotion, it's usually fine when things are going your way. But when things don't go your way and you're very emotional, you can tend to lose your psyche. So Dee Jones needs to be careful with that if he was to go down in one of his games moving forward in this tournament.
Both guys obviously passionate players out here today. Philip Rivers rolling right. He's gonna scramble with it. Dee Jones slides for the first down at the 33-yard line as we approach the 2-minute warning here of the second half.
Dee Jones, it'll be interesting to see, is he just going to knee this out, or is he going to try to score some points and better his point differential right here?
We saw Boogs in that other game, in the last game break, leading Sino as well. So this should be an interesting group, to say the least, RG. This Group D, we knew it was going to be tough. We knew Boogs was going to be tough. We knew Sino was going to be tough. We know Young Kiv and Dee Jones are tough.
I don't think Boogs has been getting enough respect in this group. When our guys were up there at the analyst desk, I heard every name from this group besides Boogs. And you know what? He told me last night that he has a chip on his shoulder because he doesn't think anyone's picking him, but he's been one of the top players for the last few years. So look out for Boogs moving forward. And Jones going to knee this out and get out of this game with the W. This was an impressive performance from Dee Jones, AJ. He's living up to the hype, huh?
Absolutely. Dee Jones doing exactly what he said he would do coming into this tournament and coming into this final group of 16 as he takes the victory formation.
The question is he going to try to kick a field goal or chuck it into the end zone as the time winds down to better his point differential? This is a serious question, because if it was me, I think I would do that.
Chuck it into the end zone?
Or just take the field goal, add the 3 points to your point differential.
Might as well.
It's a factor. It's a legitimate factor when you're talking about this tournament. I think you need to do it.
Well, yesterday, Problem ended up in a scenario where he had to win by at least 4. So every point matters. You never know what other games are going to turn out like. You never know if you're going to have to rely on that point differential. Obviously, Dee Jones looks very good in this first game. Just like you said, it looks like he's going to try to kick the field goal.
Young Kiv going to try to block it.
Dee Jones going to hang on to it. Let the clock run down to the final seconds. He does so. Kiv looked like he got back in the backfield, but he splits the uprights, leaving only 1 second. And Dee Jones is going to onside kick it. Probably looked like he was going to do it maybe just to surprise him, or probably just try to prevent any kick return.
I think they're trolling each other a little bit right now.
Yeah, why not just squib kick it?
I think that's what we're going to see right now.
So Dee Jones is going to squib it here. Young Kiv doesn't fall on top of it. Dee Jones recovers it with 1 second left.
And I think he might. Is he in field goal range? Is he going to try to kick another field goal and get more points out of that?
I think we do know that this game is over, and Dee Jones is going to walk away with the win. We're going to come back to it. 30-14 lead, going for the field goal.
Wow.
He hits it. So 33-14 after the squib kick. Dee Jones